Hello friends, this is Amit, your mentor at mentorbuddy.com. Here we have a short question on clocks and calendar. So this question is based on calendar. So let's quickly check a question. It says an application was received by inward clerk in the afternoon of a weekday. Next day he forwarded it to the table of a senior clerk, who was on leave that day. The senior clerk put up the application to the desk officer next day in the evening. The desk officer studied the application and disposed of the matter on the same day, that is Friday. Which day was the application received by inward clerk? Okay, we have been given four options and we need to choose one correct option. This is pretty straightforward question. You just have to remember it, or you can just draw a diagram to solve these type of questions. Okay, so we'll see it. That is, an application was received by inward clerk. So let's suppose we have one inward clerk. We can represent it as inward clerk IC. So the application has been received on this and particular day in the afternoon of that weekday, and the next day he forwarded it to the table of senior clerk. So in next day it has been forward to the senior clerk, but on that day the senior clerk was on leave. The senior clerk put up the application to the desk officer next day in the evening. So on this day he was on leave, so on next day the senior clerk put up the application to the desk officer in the evening. The desk officer studied the application and disposed of the matter on the same day, that is Friday. So this desk officer has disposed the matter on the same day, which that is given as Friday, right? And it has been asked that which day was the application received by the inward clerk. So inward clerk received the application before 2 days, that is before one day the senior clerk was on leave, that is Thursday, and before that it was Wednesday, right? So this is just Wednesday the application has been received by inward clerk, that is option B. So this is a question just of observation. Okay, so you can always solve these type of question by writing one symbol and just seeing that how the flow goes. Instead of doing it in mind, you can just quickly write it down and we can see the flow. Like the inward clerk received the application on the next day, it has been passed to senior clerk, but he was on leave on that day. On the next day he has passed it to desk officer, so who has cleared it on the same day, that is Friday. So just 2 days back it was Wednesday. Okay, thank you everybody, happy learning.